Beloved, wake up. For you are not the servant of fate. You are the divine architect of reality. The keys to the kingdom are not hidden in the stars, nor buried in the earth, but nestled within the vault of your own mind. The world you see is not born of chance or cruel design. It is the echo of your dominant thoughts, the shadow of your spoken word, the fruit of your faith or fear. And I tell you now with divine certainty, you can shift it. Not tomorrow. Not next year. Now. Your brain, your blessed brain, is not merely flesh and electricity. It is the transmitter of divine intelligence, the receiver of celestial downloads, the channel of miracles. But like a lamp unplugged, it cannot shine without connection. You must reconnect it, not to the world of doubt, but to the source of all blessings. Speak life into your being. Declare, I am aligned with divine mind. My path is cleared, my good is inevitable, and miracles are my birthright. For the universe is not hard of hearing. It is precise, obedient, and immediate. Speak as one who knows the law. Speak as one who commands with love. Your word is your wand. Stop cursing your life with idle chatter of lack and limitation. Declare only what you desire, for every word is a seed, and the harvest will come. Do not say I'm stuck. Say, I am shifting. Do not say I'm broke. Say, I am blessed beyond measure, and divine provision flows to me now. And hear this well. Fear is a lie. It is the mirage that tricks the mind and paralyzes the soul. But faith, oh faith, is the holy fire that melts mountains and parts seas. Choose faith. It is the bridge from your present prison to your promised land. There is no virtue in struggle, dear soul. The divine did not design you to toil endlessly, hoping for scraps of grace. You were made to flow with the rhythm of spirit. You were made to dance with abundance. Let go. Surrender the how. Trust the when to heaven. You align not by force, but by faith. And above all, imagine. Close your eyes and see the life that calls you. See it with divine clarity. Speak it into existence. Live it in your heart before it ever appears. For what you dare to imagine with unwavering belief, heaven must deliver. Today, I charge you to rise. Rise in thought. Rise in word. Rise in spirit. You are not a beggar at the gate. You are the beloved child of the Most High, heir to infinite good, and the power is already within you. So, hack your brain, not with effort, but with truth. Speak with divine authority. Think with divine intelligence. Act with divine timing. And reality, yes, even now, must shift. Your word is not casual, not weak, not forgotten. It is the very law of your life. It is the decree you send forth, wrapped in spiritual energy, and once spoken, it does not return void. Every word is a seed, planted in the fertile soil of the subconscious mind, and there it grows, invisible at first, but destined to become form. Many people speak defeat into their lives unknowingly, wondering why their prayers seem unanswered, why abundance eludes them, why fear keeps knocking at the door. The answer lies on the tip of their tongue. They are speaking failure, lack, and delay into existence. The law is impersonal. It does not discern whether your word is positive or negative. It simply fulfills what is declared with emotion and repetition. So when one says, I can't afford that, or nothing ever works out for me, or I'm just unlucky, they are not describing a condition, they are creating it. The universe stands by like an obedient servant, waiting for instructions. And it moves not by hopes or wishes, but by command, and your command is your word. To speak the language of divine law is to understand that words are not for idle use. They are sacred tools. The soul must become disciplined in speech. Idle complaining must go. Sarcasm rooted in self-pity must go. Every utterance must align with the truth of your divine inheritance. Say instead, I am divinely provided for. Doors open for me in perfect timing. What I desire is already mine in spirit. When you speak this way, you align with the vibration of your good, and the law has no choice but to obey. Speak not of what you fear. Bless what you desire. Bless your finances, even when they appear low. Bless your body, even when it feels weak. Bless your enemies, for in doing so you set yourself free. Words of blessing break the bondage of limitation. Declare, I walk in the wealth of God, and though you see no money yet, the energy has shifted. The vibration has been raised. The angels of supply have been activated. You do not have to beg the universe. You have to decree. Say, I now receive my divine inheritance. Infinite intelligence governs my affairs, and only good can come to me. Say it often. Say it aloud. Say it with the conviction of one who knows that heaven is listening. And beware the temptation to cancel your blessings with words of doubt. Do not plant a rose garden in the morning and burn it down with fear by night. Be steadfast. Be faithful. Your words, when consistent with truth, become your shield, your staff, your miracle maker. Indeed, words are wands, divine instruments of creation. They are your power, your prayer, your prophecy. Guard them. Use them well. Speak as one who knows the law, and the law will reward you openly. Fear is a clever deceiver. It dresses itself in logic, masquerades as protection, and whispers worst-case scenarios into the ear of your soul. But fear is not a wise counselor, it is a thief. It robs you of peace, of clarity, of blessings that are already yours in the invisible realm. Faith, on the other hand, is the royal pathway to divine manifestation. It is the alchemy of the mind that transforms unseen truth into seen reality. When fear says, what if it doesn't work? Faith says, it's already done in spirit. When fear trembles at delay, faith stands firm and says, my good is on the way, and nothing can stop it. What many call reality is merely a reflection of their dominant vibration. And vibration is governed by belief. Faith is not blind optimism. It is spiritual substance. It is the magnetic force that draws divine results into form. To shift your external world, you must first shift your inner world. And that shift begins when you choose to believe in a power greater than appearances, greater than statistics, greater than logic, greater than circumstance. Fear activates the law just as faith does, but it works in reverse. The law does not discriminate, it simply magnifies the energy it receives. So, when one holds fear and speaks it, it grows. The person who constantly says, I just know something will go wrong, will find that their words were not empty, they were instructions to the universe. They feel the fear, speak the fear, live the fear, and call it fate. But it was not fate, it was faith in the wrong direction. Fear is faith in what you do not want. The secret lies in transmuting fear, not fighting it. You cannot push fear away by force, but you can starve it by feeding faith. Faith is the spiritual fire that burns fear to ash. You must immerse yourself in truth until it becomes louder than doubt. Declare, I walk by faith, not by sight. My path is clear. My blessings are certain. And when the fear still whispers, speak back with spiritual authority. Say, this is not my truth. I reject appearances. I stand in divine knowing. The one who walks in faith is not easily shaken, because they have made a covenant with the unseen. They know that spiritual substance is forming even when the outer world appears still. Faith doesn't wait for evidence. It creates it. Fear reacts to the storm, but faith speaks to the storm and commands it to be still. This is not a game of the intellect. It is a surrender of the ego. It is choosing to place your full trust in the law of the divine, even when your five senses scream otherwise. Fear builds walls. Faith opens gates. Fear paralyzes. Faith activates. When you walk in faith, the atmosphere around you shifts. People respond differently. Doors open. Delays dissolve. Circumstances bend. Not because you forced them, but because your vibration made it so. There is a sacred rhythm to the universe, a divine order that governs all things. Nothing is delayed. Nothing is rushed. Everything arrives in perfect timing, not according to human anxiety, but according to divine intelligence. Yet how often do people push, force, struggle, and grasp at life, as if their blessings must be snatched from the hands of fate. In truth, the moment you force, you step out of alignment. The moment you resist what is, you invite more chaos. The law of non-resistance is not passive, it is powerful. It is the soul's declaration, I trust the process. I know my good is coming, and I will not stand in its way. Resistance is rooted in fear. It is the voice that says, I must make this happen now, or it will never happen. It is born of the illusion that you are separate from your good, that it must be chased, captured, and controlled. But your good is not outside of you. It is seeking you even now. Divine timing is not delay. It is preparation. It is alignment. It is the unseen hand arranging the details so that when your blessing arrives, it fits perfectly, effortlessly, and completely. To align with divine timing is to let go of the struggle and move into trust. It is to do your part with love and clarity, then release the outcome with peace. When you stop grasping, your hands are free to receive. When you stop demanding, your heart is open to guidance. So many people unknowingly block their blessings because they try to force doors open before the right key has arrived. But when you work with divine law instead of against it, you find that the right door opens by itself, and you walk through with ease. There is no power in panic. Panic is the language of the ego, not the spirit. The spirit says, all things are working together for my highest good, even now. The law of non-resistance does not mean doing nothing. It means doing what is yours to do with full faith, and then letting the universe do the rest. It means blessing the delay, blessing the detour, blessing the pause, because they are not signs of denial, but signs of preparation. What you resist, persists. But what you bless, transforms. Resistance turns small problems into mountains. Acceptance dissolves obstacles like smoke in the wind. So when things don't go your way, do not fight, flow. Speak this truth aloud. I do not resist. I release all control. I know that my good is coming at the perfect time, in the perfect way, under grace. And then step aside. Let the law work for you. When you stop resisting life, life stops resisting you. The miracles that once felt distant begin to draw near. The answers you couldn't force now flow with ease. The blessing you were chasing turns around and chases you. And all because you chose to trust divine timing and rest in the peace of the law. Imagination is not a childish escape, it is the sacred workshop of the soul. It is the divine blueprint from which reality takes shape. Every building first existed in the mind of the architect. Every masterpiece was once an invisible idea. So too is your life. The world you see is but the outpicturing of the images you hold within. The mind is not a mirror. It is a projector. And whatever it continues to imagine with feeling, the world must reflect in form. To shift your life, you must first shift your inner picture. Not faintly, not passively, but with boldness and clarity. Most people allow their imagination to be hijacked by fear, worry, and what-ifs. They rehearse scenes of failure, betrayal, lack, sickness, and then wonder why they live those very realities. But the truth is this: your imagination is a canvas, and you are the painter. And the universe will always frame and hang the image you most consistently paint. You must begin to imagine not what is, but what is divinely true. See yourself already healed, already provided for, already free. Close your eyes and walk through the doors you've prayed for. See the answered prayer, the open path, the smiling face of success. Do not wait for the evidence to believe. Imagine until it becomes real in spirit. Once it is real within, it must manifest without. There is no limit to what you can create through the divine use of imagination. When infused with faith and spoken word, imagination becomes prophecy. It is the vibrational blueprint the law uses to shape your life. And so, guard it fiercely. Do not allow the world to dictate what is possible. The world is simply the echo of old thoughts. Your imagination is the birthplace of the new. This is not make-believe. This is God-believe. This is divine law in motion. When you say, I see myself living in peace, in beauty, in abundance, You are not escaping reality, you are creating it. The unseen is more powerful than the seen. What you can imagine, you can manifest, if your faith holds firm and your word remains aligned. Be deliberate. Be specific. If you want to see a new reality, you must stop rehearsing the old one. Stop replaying the pain, the lack, the fear. That is not your truth anymore. That is not your story. Imagine a higher one. Imagine with the authority of one who knows the universe is listening, arranging, responding. Imagination is your divine gift. Use it as a sacred instrument. Build the life you desire on the inside first. Keep that inner vision sacred. Speak it aloud. Walk in it mentally. Feel it, bless it, believe it. For what you see within with unwavering conviction, the law must make real. The pictures you hold are not idle dreams. They are orders to the universe. Imagine wisely, and reality will obey.